Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Kid on Trade here, and in this video, yes guys, if you can tell by the title, if you can read, I passed 50k, my 50k from the challenge on Apex, right? I haven't got the email as yet because I'm not sure if they do it as like after 6 p.m, especially on a Friday. You know, market closes on a Friday, right? So I haven't got the email yet or a certificate stating that I actually did pass it, but I actually have the account and have screenshots of proof that I passed the funded, right? So without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. I don't want to make this video too long or just make it difficult for you guys to understand, you know, and nothing too crazy, right? So let's just jump right over into the 4-hour chart. I actually did this is I'm basically just gonna do my analysis with you guys. So over on the 4-hour chart on gold, actually you guys can tell we had a major drop. What day this was Thursday, which was yesterday. We had major drops here, breaking this kind of wick right here, these lows, right? And if you're starting to go down on a smaller time frame, you guys can realize, okay, we're starting to go below the 13 EMA, 50 SMA, and then today we was below the 200 EMA. So everything was just in confluence. If you could tell, I'm definitely looking at sells because we broke this low right here, right? And we're just continuing to go down, breaking lows, right? So going on to the 50-minute chart now, you guys can see this is just a clear downtrend. We are below the 13 EMA, the 200 EMA, and the 50 SMA. Everything is just looking beautiful, right? So obviously I did not trade on the 50-minute. If you guys know me, I trade on the 5-minute, right? So I went down to the 5-minute. I was just looking more. You guys can see it way more in detail. We'll continue breaking structure to the downside, right? So before market open, right, we did have card news today at 8:30. Usually sometimes it affects US pairs, so I was kind of just waiting and anticipating to see what price is going to do. But instead, price, it didn't really do anything during 8:30, right? So what can we realize here? Price is literally just ranging, right? If you realize, we have one tap here. Hold on, let me see if I can take out this, right? We have one tap here, two taps here, right? What does that indicate? Price is starting to range, right? And if we go on to the 50-minute chart, this is, you guys can see here, we're basically sweeping liquidity on top of here, right here. So we have, okay, so basically sweeping liquidity here. We're literally just in this point of interest and then heading back down, tapping right into this point of interest right here, this kind of wick right here, and then heading back up, right? So I was like, okay, if price does decide to go back up into that point of interest there, those liquidity, then I would take a trade. But price didn't do that, right? If we go over here, you guys can see here, we have this here is liquidity forming, right? You guys can see here, we had one tap, two tap, three, four taps, right? I was right here. So when we got this tap right here, I was looking at it. I was like, if price does in fact break below the 13 EMA, I could possibly take an entry, right? I wasn't really liking it when candle had closed. I wasn't too liking it. I was like, okay, right? I was like, let me just see what price is gonna do. If price could just wait and head back up, right? Which price did in fact, right? If I had stayed in this trade right here, take this 13 EMA breakout, I would have taken a loss, right? But I decided just to wait and see what price is going to do. Price then came back up here, retest this level, this liquidity here, did not close above it, which was telling me, okay, we're in a downtrend, we're sweep wick, rejecting beautiful offer that liquidity plus the 50 SMA. We could actually take some sales here, man, right? But instead of taking it on, this time I wasn't going to take it on the 13 EMA break. I was going to take it on the break of the candle, right? And which was this break right here. But I ended up getting a kind of a bad entry, and I was like, so you know, that kind of messed up my risk to reward. So my stop loss ended up being a lot bigger than usual, right? So, but I wasn't too stressing it. We're already in a downtrend, and I wasn't really too stressing it, right? So a little bit of consolidation right here. Was rejecting off of this, like off of these lows right here, sorry. And then this major rejection right here, I was like, okay, I was starting to watch it. I was like, okay, if price decides to break above this level right here, which part this red line is. I don't know if you guys can see it. That there was my stop loss. Instead of taking a major loss, because I was going in this trade with a one contract, which is basically a $990 stop loss, right? And I was basically taking up what, a $400 loss, so I was cutting out on like $500, right, which is a lot of money. So after seeing so price did break above that, right, and I was like, okay, let's just wait and see. We end up getting a huge rejection off of that, rejecting beautiful, and end up closing below that 15 EMA. So I was like, okay, I can't stay in this trade. If price then decides to go up, push up with a lot of momentum, then I'll take my exit out. Price did not do that. Price started to slow down, and I was like, okay, we could actually get a push down very soon. This candle here, I believe this is A45, we got a bullish candle up, right? And I was like, okay, I might get an exit here. I might just take out a $400 loss, nothing too crazy, right? But the next candle formed and it didn't reach up to that level, right? It just continued going down, right? I believe this is 9 a.m. today. We literally got taken out of TP. This price just pushed down with hella momentum, and I was like, okay, I did end up getting a re-entry. That's why this case I was like trying to like basically ride the wave, right? Still, so I did end up entering 2 contracts, right? Stop loss, you guys can see which part stop loss was. Stop loss was above this wick right here, and then I got in at the break of this candle right here, a little bit before the break of the candle, and then I was just trying to hold and see what was happening, right? And we end up taking out of a 1.5 risk to reward, and then that caused us to pass the challenge, right? So obviously if we pass the challenge in one day, that's 3k profit, right? But I would pop up a screenshot right here of the total amount that I made today and the account being passed, right? So that is crazy, right? But shout out to Apex, man, being able to pass your account in one day. That's crazy. I love that, right? So all I gotta do now is just sort out the activation fee and then come back Monday. If I'm seeing a good high probability setup, then most likely I'll take a trade Monday. If not, come back Tuesday. We're gonna stay disciplined and hopefully get our first payout after almost 2 years. So yeah guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys smash that like button, smash the subscribe button, turn on post notification, join the link in the description below to the Discord, follow the Instagram kadon.trades, link will also be in the description below for that. And yes guys, peace out.